Hey y'all, Josh here today, aka the world's greatest dad, and what we got here is the Homall S-Racer Gaming Chair. And today we're going to unbox this bad boy, take a detailed close look at it, show you how to put it together, see if it might be the right gaming or office chair for you as well. So with that being said, let's get it. So let's go ahead and start from the beginning. When you pick this thing up, it's going to come to you in a big old box just like this. Let's go ahead and open it up, see how hard it is to put together. And here's everything right out of the box, and as you can see, very well packaged for protection. A couple little individual boxes for all your little pieces, and of course we've got our instruction book. Let's take a little closer look at that. And after spending a few minutes going through the instructions, got to say, fairly straightforward build. I do like the fact they do provide you with a little QR code for an assembly video, and they do have customer service eval on the front as well. As we open this up, you're going to go ahead and see our complete parts list. So make sure you do have everything in the box that they do have listed here. And then we get into our assembly steps. As you can see, pictures and instructions every step of the way. It's also got some function information on raising and lowering the chair, as well as how it swivels, and some more assembly steps for our support pillow and lumbar pillow too. So we've successfully unwrapped all the pieces. It looks like everything is here. And before we get started, I do want to point out that all of the bolts, as well as the tool to put this together, are right here in this nice little package. So you're not going to need any additional tools. With that being said, let's get started. Step one, we'll go ahead and insert this one leg. Now we're going to go ahead and put on our cool little racing wheels right here. Easy peasy. Now we'll go ahead and insert our gas lift right here on the top. Then we'll go ahead and take this little plastic cover right here and put that on top of that. Now it's time to attach our two armrests to the base of our seat. Can't really screw this up. These are exactly alike, and basically they're just each going to go into these holes on the outside. And you're going to be using these larger bolts right there. Now we're going to go ahead and attach the control unit to the base here. One thing, if you put this with the front seat down where it's resting on these, this thing right here will be kind of on this top right hand side, and that's where you're going to want it. And these holes will line right up, so this shouldn't take you too long. And now we're just going to go ahead and insert our gas lift right here into the control unit. Booyah! Now we're going to go ahead and put our angle adjuster for our seat back. That's going to be on this right side, same size as our adjustment here. And again, just two of these bolts. Now we'll go ahead and spin this thing to the other side, and we'll put this other piece on. Now we get to dig into some of these little smaller bolts right here, and we're going to put on these bottom plastic covers. Now on this side, with the little mechanical changing thing there, you're actually going to use 3 of these. You'll see on this tool it's got a little Phillips head. Now we'll turn it around, and this piece just takes a single one. Now it is time to attach our backrest, and before we do, you'll see there are 2 spots right there. We want to go ahead and put in our lower one first. Do not over tighten it though. Then put in your top one, and then we'll go ahead, once we have all 4 of them in, then we'll tighten everything up. There we go. Now we got our last 2 little plastic pieces to put on here. And as you can see, those are held on with 1 screw. Now at this point, your chair is pretty much put together, unless you want to put on this head and lumbar support pillow, of course. Let's go ahead and do that too. And there you go, kids. The build is completed. I gotta say, super simple process. Really, anybody can handle this. No tools necessary, and shouldn't take you more than 15 to 20 minutes max. Let's go ahead and take a little closer look at this thing. One thing I think is really cool is kind of these racing style upgraded wheels here. Of course, that nice contrast with the black on white. A lot of different colors they offer in these chairs as well. Now this is a faux leather, so not a real leather, but you can kind of see kind of the grain pattern on that. Definitely feels fairly thick, not really loose or anything like that. Kind of a hard plastic top right there. Hard plastic cover pieces there. And our pillows, both our lumbar and our upper one, are going to be that same material that the chair is made of. Nice little S-Racer logo there at the top. All in all, not a bad looking chair. So now let's go ahead and give you a little size reference. Now I am 220 pounds, 6 foot tall. This chair does fit up to 300 pounds, and as you can see, fits me fairly comfortably. Would also fit somebody a little bit smaller. And I got about 80 pounds to go too, and I could still use this. Now there are 3 different adjustments we can make on this chair. The first one we'll talk about is just our lift with how high we want this. Now at our highest setting that we're at right now, we're actually going to be 21.5 inches off the ground. Go ahead and pull this, and we can drop about 4.2 inches to 17.3 inches off the ground. Now our next adjustment is going to be our recline function right here. A lot of versatility in this. You can actually move it up all the way to 90 degrees, but that's super uncomfortable. I don't know why anybody would do that. But the best part is you can take this thing back to 180 degrees. Woo, baby. Lay back, take yourself a little nap. Now the last adjustment that we can make is, do we want any rock in this chair? And then we can adjust how much we actually want. Now the first step is you need to either unlock the rock or lock it in. When this push is pushed in right here, now we're locked and it doesn't rock. You pull that out. Now you can see you got yourself a little rocking chair. Now if you want to adjust the tension of this, you can go ahead and tighten it up by turning it clockwise, or loosen it up by turning it counterclockwise. And to show you a little closer, if you want to loosen it for the rock, you simply pull that out. If you want to lock it in, push it in. So that's enough messing around with this thing in the living room. Let's go ahead and get it in the office, see how it works out. Now when it comes to clearance and this thing making it under your desk, we'll go ahead and measure how tall mine is right here, as this is kind of a custom one. This is going to be about 27.5 inches to the bottom of the wood there. We've got this set on the lowest setting right now, and as you can see, I've got myself just about 2.5 inches of clearance that I could raise this up. Now as far as the wheels and the rolling, as you can see, really no issues. 360-degree turn, and they roll pretty well. And finally, as far as overall comfort of the chair, I gotta say I probably rate this thing about an 8 out of 10. I like these armrests. They're placed very nicely. Even though they don't have any padding on them, I kind of appreciate that with this nice little concave design. And you know, the padding on the bottom and the back feels pretty good, where I think I could sit in this thing 4, 6, 8 hours and get quite a bit of work done. So there you go, kids. That's pretty much everything you need to know about the Homall Gaming Chair. At the end of the day, this thing looks great, was super simple to put together, and it's fairly comfortable too. And it's for those reasons and more, I'm going to go ahead and give this thing a world's greatest dad thumbs up, and I say, go out and get you one.